Ahoy, mateys. KT Spirit One. Remember, I forget what, probably it was in Genesis, but in the Bible, they mention giants living on the earth, blah, blah. I think this might have been one of their horses. This is Da Vinci's horse, and I can't remember the name of the sculptor, but this is at Frederick Meyer Gardens, rather, in Grand Rapids. All right, living the dream. Welcome aboard. How can you work on your vehicle after you just got home from the dentist? Anyways, to address the big horse here, William Brody, welcome aboard. To give you a scope of the size, let me see if I can do this right. Okay. I think you know who that is, right? Okay, so she is a short girl. What I want to know is, what is she taking a picture of or camera shot of? I think I know. She's pointing the camera that way. I told her she has an obsession. Nephilim, thank you. So this is one of the Nephilim's horses. I was actually going to put that in the title somehow, but I decided, no, I won't. All right, Colby. Oh, you betcha. You bet I am. I also sent out an email. I haven't heard back yet, but I know that Corey and Lori are either in the Upper Peninsula or they're close to the bridge somewhere on this side with the rest of us trolls. You know about that, I think. If we live below the bridge, we're considered trolls. That's why you seem to be chicken to come down to M23. You don't want to be associated with us trolls. Linda Barker, welcome aboard. The whole thing in a nutshell was, I'm hoping, because I'm going to leave Wednesday morning early. That's the 22nd. I'm due at camp. No, the 21st. Wednesday is the 21st. So I'm due at camp on the 22nd because I don't plan to drive it all at once. As a matter of fact, if I do find out where Corey and Lori are, hey, if there's any campgrounds around them, I'll stop and stay overnight. My tentative plan right now is I will stay overnight in Petoskey. Trolls New Brazil. So, you know, if I do, what the heck is that? What the heck? What is going on here? Okay, I guess telling StreamYard that I have a green screen is not the right thing to do. Weird. One would think it would be. Sue, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Saw you this morning. Didn't get to stay very long. As it turned out, I did not have to get dressed and head out to look at that camper. I pulled it up and tried, I sent to the guy that's selling it, whereabouts on 12 Mile Road are you? Well, that embarrassed me because I found out from James that, he told me 12 Mile, but he obviously mistyped. 15 miles what he meant. And then if you actually click show more in the ad, it's south of 15 Mile on Long Lake, which is the next street over. Long Lake is the next street over from me. And 15 Mile, I'm in between 14 Mile and 15 Mile. So this guy's place where this camper is for sale is only about half a mile to a mile at best by road, you know. So it's kind of funny, but then I clicked on and looked at a little closer at the pictures, and I could see even in the pictures, you know, most people take pictures to show the good points, let's say, you know. Well, either this guy was showing the good points, which I'd have to say I'd be a little sad about, because I saw a lot of evidence of water damage. And on even closer inspection, when I looked at exterior pictures of the camper, I could see water damage. I could see where the cab over, you know, the bed that's over the cab of the van, it's a van chassis, where it's kind of sagging. That's not good. That is not good. And interior, you can see, you know, some of the roof ceiling panels were sagging. And then there was even one where it looks like they attempted a repair. They screwed plywood up on the ceiling, and the plywood was stained on the bottom side of it with a lot of, you know, you can see water stained on the bare plywood. So I wrote back to James and said, I think I might avoid this one. Well, by that time he'd figured it out anyway, and he's looking at one in West Virginia, which was cheaper and looked a whole lot better. So we shall see what he does come up with. Yeah, lots of leaks. Nancy, I doubt it. I doubt seriously that you're sagging at all. So that's what I was up to, Sue. I didn't have to go, so I stayed and home, and I wrote emails to Corey and Lori, some other emails, trying to hopefully hear back from YouTube. I wrote them an email as well in their help support, contact us section. You can do chat or you can email. I chose to do email because, you know, and if I don't hear back, well, I will click on chat. But, you know, I'm having a difficult time. You know, they say, well, you got to add AdSense and you got to do, you know, a couple different things. Well, I'm already part of the YouTube community tab, whatever. I'm there. I have pretty much everything that you're supposed to have, but they tell you, okay, now, you know, open your YouTube account, click on earn, then click on apply. I can get to earn and click on that, but there's nowhere that says apply, because you're supposed to apply and then you got to read the terms and conditions and blah, blah, blah. And I think it's all mostly to get yourself hooked up with AdSense. And once you're hooked up with AdSense, then, you know, the ball starts rolling to where maybe once in a while you might get a couple dollars. We'll see. We've missed you too, Sue. I was about to, I've said it a couple times. Where's Sue? Where's Sue? And nobody seemed to know, or I'm sure they cared. I'm teasing you. I've missed watching you guys on Saturdays as well because I've been so stupid busy. It seems like every Saturday morning it's been help Holly move stuff or this and that and the other thing, and trying to get gradually ready to rock and roll for going to the UP. Even if I have to carry tons of water and stop every 60 miles and add water to the radiator to La Fortuna, that's what I'll be doing. And yes, Fortuitous, which is the pickup camper, is coming off of Serendipity 2.0 and being put on La Fortuna. Kind of makes sense. La Fortuna ought to be carrying Fortuitous. And the camper is made for a full-size truck, and La Fortuna is a full-size truck. In fact, she's a 3/4 ton, so she shouldn't have any problem at all carrying the camper. I won't be able to bring, my toolbox is too big, so the toolbox has to come off of La Fortuna. But at least that, there still will be space for tools that I don't mind if they get a little wet, and my spare. So hopefully I'll get the spare tire ready and the tools for changing a tire and all that stuff, and whatever extras will fit behind the cab, and if I have to, I'll just throw a tarp over it. And that's good. Now there are doors on the inside of the camper at the bottom of it where it sits on the bed of the truck that you can open, and you can tuck stuff back in there, hide it. Now I still don't like how those things stick out, and I still may put the extra wide mirrors on La Fortuna, or I may just live with what I have and get used to, looking behind me certain angles to make sure. All right, it's a blanket hello from Tommy. Welcome aboard, Tommy. It is so good to see you. I do have a question for you. I know you guys are coming to M23. I hope I'm not giving out any secrets. Are you bringing your bus, and is Tommy bringing his bus, or are you just bringing one bus? What are you guys doing? Inquiring minds, nosy people like me, want to know. Or we'd like to know. We don't have to know. None of our biz. Oh, cool. That is way cool, Sue. So we took a pretty good sized load over to Holly's new apartment last night and did some arranging a little bit. Could have done more, but hey, she got tired. And so tonight, after the live stream, I don't know if we're going, but we'll definitely be going over on Sunday and actually be taking her china cabinet. She's got it unloaded and pretty much ready to rock and roll. And I don't know if we're taking the dishwasher just yet. I think that'll be a different trip. Okay. I just assumed that you were, Tommy. I hope you do. I'll even help out. I'd love to have you come. Gosh. It might be cool, too. The like a maiden voyage for your rig. And we could have 3 schoolies at least on site. Might not be parked next to each other. So I got my site a long time ago. I'm on the same side I was last year, 72. I forget what else. Oh, yeah. And then Holly will be on tonight on the 6 p.m. show. In between, when we get off here, I'll put up a thumbnail for tonight's show, and then I'm out of here, and I got to work at least 3 hours this afternoon. So I'll be gone from the house from 1:30 till about 4:30, maybe 5. And in time to go live at 6, of course. Aw, Tommy, you said that about not being able to do uh, sentences, things like that. Look how many times you have won. Don't sell yourself short, Tommy. We love you. Oh, you never know. There's ways around financial issues, Tommy. I believe in miracles. They do happen. I believe in synchronicity and uh, fortune, good fortune. I believe in a lot of things. And it works. Notch, welcome aboard. Oh my goodness. Good to see you. Whoops. Permission granted, Nudge. You're always welcome. Everyone's always welcome. So yeah, that's the plan for this afternoon is work at Myers, and then I'll be back and we'll do the live. And okay, will I get anything done on La Fortuna or on Fortuitous? I don't know. I was talking to James about the idea that other camper that he was interested in, but I think he's talked himself out of it now. Roof leaks. Well, I know there's a roof leak on Fortuitous, and I know where it is, and I've got the stuff to fix it. So that might actually happen yet this afternoon, because I want to be able to fix it and then test it to see if it really is fixed. In order to do that, I've got to empty it out basically, and maybe roll the mattress over to the one side and see, pour some water up there and see if it leaks. I also got to get up on the roof, and I think I have a plan now for, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's my own design. We'll see how it works. It might be not worth a shit. We'll see. I'm coming up with how to put the kayaks up on the roof of the camper. I believe I'm going to carry them upside down and strap them. Now I have a place to strap on the rear of the camper. It's the front side where got to come up with a plan. I have an alternate plan if plan one doesn't work. And all it requires, and I think I've got one here. I've got more than one. I got two right here. I think these straps will be long enough to strap down both kayaks, front and back. And the paddles, they fold down, and they can be carried behind the cab of the truck with the tools and the spare tire, that stuff that I mentioned. No, I don't. There are a few pictures of the interior from way back. If you go back about 2 years ago, you can find videos that show the interior, but she is still under construction. She's been under construction even both times that I've been to M21, or M21, M22, and now upcoming is M23. So when I get back from this excursion to the UP with Kobe, and Kobe's already there because he lives there, but meeting up with Nate, Land Cloud Adventures, and Kyle from Ringo and Czar. And I don't believe Tina's going to make it, but that's okay. I'm still going to take her kayak with me. Maybe somebody else could use it. Never hurts to have a spare, right? I don't think that's it. I think that's it. I think it's just going to basically be, Maria obviously is coming with Kyle. So that's a big giant bulb. That's a funny name. I love it. Big giant bulb. That's Maria, and she'll be there. Um, I offered, she's a little scared of the drive, but I offered her a ride. But I thought I'm overstepping. Anyways, Tommy, you can go back and you can see the interior of the bus, and she's evolving, gradually evolving. I have a new stove for the bus. I got to install that. I got a lot to do. The last 2 years prior to now, I when I had time, I painted and I painted. Now, last fall, I painted some more, and I finally finished painting everything on the interior as far as the walls, the ceiling, etc. That's completed. Even the rear panels, which I'll have to touch them up. The rear panels by the emergency door, the back door of the bus, those are off right now because I got some wiring to do. One is for a light. I got a neat porch light it's not battery powered. It will run on 110 when I'm plugged in somewhere, and that's fine. But then I also have Barrett sent me his old backup camera, and the reason he was replacing it was it had some glitches. Well, he bought a new one. He repaired the glitches on the old one, so it works now, and he shipped it to me. So I'll be installing that before I put those panels back up. Oh, and the winch has to be installed yet, so that's another reason those panels are off. I got to build a battery box back there. That's just the battery box will power the rear view camera, not camper. And it will also be for the hoist. That's battery powered hoist. So yeah, that's why. Oh, and there's a taillight that the wires got snapped on the inside. So I got to get in there and repair that. Then, yes, big giant bulb. The panels will go back on then. Once that's done, then I start coming forward. So the next is the office and the tools. Office tools. Then the bedroom. Bedroom's kind of halfway. Then the water closet. As they say. The shower and the toilet and all that. That's next. And then the dining room. And the dining room cabinets are all out right now, which is a good thing because they're separated. So now I can decide which one do I really want to use. I'm going to have a limited amount of cabinet space for as far as kitchen stuff, but only because I'm adding the stove and oven. That's why. I mean, that's not a lot of space that the oven is taking up, but it still takes up space. And as you know, Tommy, every inch, and everybody knows, every inch in your camper or your bus, whatever, it all counts. It really does count. And there she is. Welcome aboard. So that's the plans for the bus, Tommy. But that's after I play with this camper that I've had for over a year. Never got to use it. My nephew used it, but he didn't go anywhere with it. He just stayed here in it. He's supposed to be here Sunday, which is tomorrow, and clean it because he wasn't exactly what I would call neat and tidy. I realized he wasn't feeling well, but jeepers. No, it's not going to be that much weight. Or are you talking about the bus, or are you talking about the camper? The camper isn't That's nothing. I can pick up a corner of the camper by myself. The bus doesn't care how much weight you put in it. I forget what the GVW on the bus is, but yeah, we're not anywhere near close to having it overloaded. And she's actually, if things, once I get back from M23, there will be work being done on the bus still, which will be towing capabilities, things like that. And, getting it ready that she will be a full-time, more or less full-time. I'm not selling the cottage just yet, but God willing, God help me find a nurse to take care of Holly in my place forever and ever. Well, you'll figure it out, Tommy. I've done that. Okay, I had this and this and this. Okay, this will work. Later on, after trying it out, I'm like, no, that's not going to work. And there's a whole lot of organizing to be done. But it's going to be easier organized now. I don't have to shift stuff around in order to have room to paint. I'm a detail-oriented person, and that's kind of holding me up. I want it to be just right. I want the things painted that you'll never see. No one will see. But I know it's got to be painted. Yeah, I want to keep the cottages home base, especially for summertime. I enjoy being here in the summer. The lake is great, and the neighbors are, well, yeah, 99% of the neighbors are wonderful. And the town, yeah, I like it here. In the summer, winter, you can shove it somewhere. Lynn the Okie. Thank you, Lynn. And welcome aboard. Okay, yeah, William, the bus don't care. It won't even slow it down. It only goes about 55 top end. Anyways, I've had it up to 60 one time, and that was downhill. I am a little nervous about going south, or going anywhere that, Smoky Mountains, West Virginia hills. I want to piss some people off behind me. Because even here in Michigan, when I start going up an incline, she slows way down. So, Michigan Carol, I was thinking about you 2 days ago, about how many different people we have here in Michigan that are on our YouTubers and supporters and all that. And same thing with Ohio, since we haven't seen you in a while. Nancy, I actually do have, you can't walk in it. Well, I suppose you could. You can step in it and close the door behind you. You might have to move my clothes and stuff, but yeah, it's a narrow chiffro robe, however you say that. Anyway, yeah, between that and the rather large dresser, the office space and the bedroom space and the chifforobe space, they're all kind of glommed in together towards the back of the bus. And then you got the bathroom, or, the water closet. You got the shower and the place to put a toilet. Now, that's one thing I may not have done for M23 yet. Not that I need it, because I'm parked right across from the restrooms and the showers. But I do have a holding tank to put mount underneath, and I want to, I got some plumbing to do. And it's still debatable as to where I'm going to carry my water as far as a large amount of water. I originally planned 50 gallons. I may be paring that down to like 30 gallons. But where am I going to put it? Because the bedroom, as far as the mattress, the sleeping space, is changing. That part is changing. I like to be able to walk through from one end of the bus to the other. I don't really need to have that capability at night or when it's sleeping time. So I'm working on a plan where this platform for the bed will actually be on a swivel. So when the bed is not being used for sleeping so it'll be on a pivot point, and it will tip. Should tip it, well, if I design it right, it will tip enough that it will touch the ceiling and you can walk through. You might have to tip your head a little bit to go around the edge of the mattress, but you'll still be able to walk through from the front of the bus to the rear of the bus, which is a good plan because, there's a deck on the back of the bus. So, it's nice to be able to go to the deck. Now, the upper deck is not going to be utilized, I don't know when, because the upper deck has to be redone. The wood is rotting, and it's not safe up there. I have an idea how to make it safe without spending a whole lot of money and without having to replace everything. We'll see. Now, why can't I get to where I want to go here? Oh, here we are. This one. Okay. This almost looks like, thank you. Thank you, Carol. It's good to have you aboard. I was wondering about you, where you'd been. And question of the day, are you coming to M23? I hope. It's going to be epic. Uh-oh. Nancy Drew said a gym joke. Uh-oh, I missed something. Nancy's got the best jokes, Carol. Unbelievable. And she can hold her own with Carl and Papa Drew, who's not related to her, by the way. No way, shape, or form. And even Mark. It's a riot. We have a blast. Oh, if Holly was awake, I'd be telling her this one. This is a good one. Oh, God. Yeah, Carol, she keeps me in stitches. Oh, kind of. Because, a Murphy bed just folds and hides. This one's still, the bottom of the platform, you'll still be able to see it. Plus, it'll be kind of at an angle. Because when you think about it, you got 6 feet. Actually, you have almost 6.5 feet from floor to ceiling. And the mattress takes up a good 5, almost 5.5, because it's a queen. It takes up that much space. I hate inflatables. That doesn't mean I won't have a full-size inflatable mattress with me. And who knows if it'll get used. But I slept on an inflatable last year at M23, and it did not work out. Not at all. But anyway, so yeah, the mattress is on its, to get it to swivel and have enough room for, because it's 8 inches thick. So by the time you try to stand it straight up, I don't know. It's almost like you gain floor space and head space, but who cares? Also, the bed is made. I'm not going to make it every time I take it and tip it up. I want the fitted sheets and everything to stay. And then they stay. We'll see. As it'll be a kind of an experimental design, and oops, that ain't working. Change this, change that. It'll be an experiment of discovery. Camp queen it? What's a camp queen? Camp queen it. Kyle, I have no idea what you mean. I haven't actually purchased it yet. I actually have a queen size bed, but I'm not going to take it out of the house. And besides that, it's a, what do you call that? I've had it forever. It's actually an air mattress, but I've never had any problems with it. It's a Sleep Number. I mean, that bed has been the most amazing bed ever. And I don't get back pains like I used to with a regular mattress. That's why I'm kind of hesitating to put in a queen mattress in the bus. But, maybe if I go for the higher dollar mattress, I'll be okay. I need a firm mattress. That's why airbeds may not just work out, even though the one I've had forever here in the house is perfect. No complaints. Can't say enough good things about it. But I need, firmness. That's me. Okay, Carol. We're praying for you. We want to be good, be healthy. There's going to be a lot to eat. And there's going to be a lot of fun things going on. We always do. But this year, we're going to barely have time to visit because there's going to be activities. There's going to be, I'm getting there early just to kind of get set up. I'm in the process of building the stage. And the stage has dual purposes. At any rate, the stage will get set up on Friday afternoon in the pavilion. In fact, it may get set up sooner than that, depending on what we hear from Georgianne. I know that it's been approved. The campgrounds have approved, no problem. But we have a bluegrass country style band coming in. It's their relation to or friends of Georgianne Rose. And they'll be playing in the afternoon on Friday. I'm guessing, 3 to 6 or 4 to 6, something like that. And then after that is karaoke from 6 to whenever on Friday. Well, I bet we go past quiet time. I have a feeling that is going to be a hoot. Saturday morning, I'm pretty sure there's going to be pancake breakfast. I'm not positive, but I think that's on the agenda again, like it was last year. And I don't know, sometime on Saturday during the day, conch blowing. what else? Well, then, as the Saturday rolls along, we have the potluck. And then we'll have Sonia, the RV DJ. Then I'm thinking Nate will go live after, when people are wanting to get desserts and do silly stuff. Kind of like last year. Yeah, I think Nate will go live, and it'll be even more crazy this year than it was last year. And last year was amazing. And then, of course, Sunday morning, a lot of people leave. I'll still be there. I plan to stay till the last crow is hung on Monday and say goodbye to Nate, because he'll be staying there for the whole month, I believe, like he did the last couple of years, or at least last year. Then there'll be other stuff going on. There's always something going on. And, I mean, the event is 21 through 24, but there's stuff going on ahead of the real meeting and after the meeting. I'm putting together cookbooks, Carol, so you'll need to get my, you need to send me your recipe and a little bit about yourself and your favorite karaoke song. Okay. She doesn't want to miss karaoke. That's cool. Ryan Becky's here. Welcome aboard. Georgianne is here. I was just talking about your friends. Long before. That's just for inquiring minds. Yeah, you mentioned that the other day too, Tom. A true queen is 60 by 80. Okay. Okay. That's good to know, Ringo. I did not know that there was such a thing as a camping queen. Don't know if I can find one of those, but hey, I might. Smaller? As long as I can stretch out. Even if it's somewhat diagonally, I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to even talk. It's nice to have extra room. Oh, yeah, I was wondering that, Len. It kind of was funny how you did back that. He means root or M. There's a lot of places in Michigan that River Styx is planning on being. He may even get to come over here close to me. And that brings up another topic I wanted to talk about. Oh my God, 45 minutes has already gone by. I discovered a compendium, if you will. This is not your usual. You get online and you search for campgrounds. You're trying to plan out your trip and where you might stay or where you're definitely going to stay, and you make reservations and this and that and this and that. And you can still do that with this program, but it helps you find the gems, the unknown places, the rather inexpensive places, as a matter of fact. That's what I started out looking for, because I may be gone most of August. And I probably will be in the bus. So I was looking for campsites. And, I'm thinking, yeah, a month is going to cost me more than I make in a month. But then I discovered this hip camper. is what the name of the site is. Now we're talking about people who have 10 acres and they rent out sites, whether it be tent sites or RV site, or they have a cabin or two that they rent out. And they're, most of them are not very expensive. Most of them are boondocking style. Don't expect to plug into electricity or hook up to a sewer or have water faucet. You kind of have to come in self-contained, which is perfect by me. It's the price per night and the views and the people, the not being harassed because you're in a Walmart parking lot. You've been there for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I'm looking for semi-permanent spot, willing to pay in advance. Well, I'm, frugal. Plus, I want it near where I need to be. So yeah, Hip Camper is worth a look if you're planning any type of traveling. You too, Tommies. Both of you, Tommies. You guys are, self-contained. Or you pee beside a bush out of sight. Whatever. You're self-contained. And you can boondock. And places like I'm describing, somebody's got 10 acres or 40 acres, or they got 360 acres. Some of these places have 2 sites. Some of these places have 10 sites. Some of these places, contact them. Tell them what you need, what you got, what you plan to do, and hopefully when. Yes, she does. You can see that on the M23 Facebook page. It's all there. I will be putting together the cookbook compilation. Okay, Camping Queen is basically a full size. All right. See, full size isn't quite. Full size would actually work perfectly in the space I have. I wouldn't have to make it into a Murphy bed and all that. But you know why I want Queen. Michigan Carol references to health, really mental health. I've had a lot of awe. Well, we're still praying for you. We're going to pray for you like crazy. Love you, Carol. All right. I know you're going to kick my ass. Careful. That wasn't my ass. Damn it. 45 minutes gone by, no clues. Well, I've been putting up clues all along. Oh, you want verbal clues. There's a written clue in the title. Definitely a part-time, as far as RVing, part-time. I don't know. The comments are going by fast. 5475. Okay. You're trying to pull me out, brother. Pain in the ass. That helps, yeah. Buy brown color boxes. You do not need to do your washes often. Public service announcement from Papa Drew. I experimented with khaki. Not dark enough. Not dark enough. I had to buy a new pair of pants on the way to work one day. I made sure I bought black pants because the khaki ones were not working out. Oh, goodness. There you go. Yeah, I'd say the channel is inspired to wander. That would be a good clue. I'm surprised Nancy said a thing. Papa Drew, did you see? I put it up on the screen, but you'll have to have changed since then. You'd have to scroll up and find Nancy Drew's little story about a gym. Yeah, clues? What clues? Okay. William is guessing quiet listener, and that is an extremely good guess. Very good guess. Vicky definitely loves scenery. You know, she's got it all. But this is not her. That's not the feature channel. Is not quiet listener. Sorry. Gosh, I can't believe the hour. Here I am just babbling. What did I miss in my notes? I'm doing laundry right now. Talk to you about Hip Camper. True Colors, that's another story. Oh, yeah, I did write to Corey and Lori to see where they might be. Since I'll be driving up that way on the 21st. I'm not exactly sure of the route I'm taking, but I intend to go up 37. Chances are my first night's going to be in the Petoskey area, unless I find out that Corey and Lori are below the bridge, and then I may try to get closer to where they are. That way we can have supper or something. All four corners. Yeah, you were talking about the camper. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to tell. I'll find it. I'll put it up on the screen again. It's easier than ruining it. It's way up there. But Papa Drew, it's such a huge, long joke that, you know, I would have troubles remembering the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, it's way up there. Here we go. It's on the screen, Papa Drew. Georgianne is asking, do they have a camper or a van? They have a camper. Yeah. I've not seen any vans. I mean, I have, but I don't think they're part of the picture exactly. Yeah, we want to know, William. Oh boy. I guess no. I could add to that story, but I'm not going to. I'm just not going to get it. I'll be in too deep. July. Okay. I sort of get it. So you bought a camper that you can pull behind the motorbike. Hey, I've seen them. They're not exactly what you'd call the roomiest, but they do the job. I think there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was a couple of years ago, was at Lollapalooza. Does anybody remember that guy? The motorbike and the pulling a camper? An Airstream. Oh my God, William. When you said riding, well, I thought I was thinking motorcycle. Like that, you're talking riding in style. Wait a minute, it's illegal for you to ride in the camper while it's going down the road. I'm not sure Airstream has been converted into a motor home. I don't know if anybody's done that. I won't. I'm sure somebody probably has, or has come up with the idea at least. Oh man, an Airstream. That's going to be the nicest camper at M23. Promise. Yeah, most of us. Yeah, and it's taken me a few years to figure it out. Most of us who are RVers, we are pretty much envious of people who have Airstreams. I know there are clubs, people who Airstream all the way. It's like belonging to a Rolls Royce club. I don't care if it's a small one. Oh, Tommy says there are some conversions with an Airstream. That would be like, wow. Years ago, let's be back in the mid 80s, there was a vehicle called the Arc. I think it was might have been called Arc 2. But they were traveling around, they were actually testing global positioning systems for the government, maybe for Google, I don't know. But we're talking 80s. But this was a camping vehicle on a truck frame. Actually, I think it was more like on a 6x Army frame. I mean, this thing could go in the water. It could go pretty much anywhere. And it was made out of a aluminum tanker. Whether that tanker had previously hauled milk or petroleum, I don't know, but it was an aluminum tanker. And they converted it into a motorhome. It's pretty wild looking. I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it was Arc 2. And, we're talking 1980s. This is like computers were around, but hardly anybody had them as far as personal computers. Most of the computers we had in the 1980s were at colleges, or at banks. The whole basement was a computer in a big office building, whatever. Now these guys had the early personal computers, if you will. Yeah, you probably would, Papa Drew. I know what you got. 10-foot bathroom. Yeah, I know. Seen a few pictures of your stuff there, Papa Drew. It's amazing. All right. make sure there wasn't any other guesses as far as the channel. But it is 1 o'clock now, and I do have to go to work. So I'll be putting up a thumbnail for tonight's live stream. Since there's 16 people in the house, let me show you something that I started the hour out with, and I'll end the hour out with. Yeah, it's a bronze horse. Oh, how am I going to do this? That gives you an idea of the size. Yes, that's Tina. And she's got her camera pointed. Let's wonder what she's filming. All right. Thank you, William. That sums it up. We'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. Thank you for being aboard. One other thing, Wednesday night probably will be live, with the scratch-off tickets and stuff. It depends on where I land. If I land in Petoskey, there's a good chance I will have a signal. So we will definitely planning on being live from somewhere. When I get into the Upper Peninsula, probably not. So anyways, we'll see you again. We'll see you tonight, mateys. Thank you for being aboard. Fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless.